Hi guys, good morning. It's the day after our last Thrive class, but I was reviewing Mighty Network and kind of closing out our course, adding the quote from last night that I spoke about in the call. And I noticed Barbara's posting about this book, You Can Heal Your Life. This book and part of these teachings will be part of Thrive Squared because, again, as you can see from Barbara's post, and if you have any experience with this classic book, it's much deeper than just the basics of Thrive. And again, so basically what Barbara was sharing about and talking about in this in her post was around enlightening, like she was making the connection that she's realizing how much, like she's starting to hear the voice in her head and what it's telling her around the inner critic, around the love, around the self-talk, around worth, and defining good mom, good wife. And so that realization, and then moving into the second part, which she said, which is, one other thing I tell myself is I don't have time and I'm so busy. That's exactly what I'm going to address in the Plan to Thrive guide that I'm working on, is that I've got mantras and affirmations and reflections that really help you wrap your head around this. The thing that I wanted to jump on and say to Barbara and everybody who is starting to wake up to what's going on inside of their thoughts and their head and how that's blocking them is that all of this takes time and expands and changes and grows. And what I would say to Barbara about You Can Heal Your Life is, I don't actually want you to like jump on and start reading something else. The best thing that you could do for yourself is this I just ran upstairs and got this because this one stays next to my bed, is that you keep rereading it and you read parts of it and you journal, you go back and journal about parts of it. Don't keep adding more information. When you find something that is like awakening you, go back and study it like a material, like a text. Like don't just skim through it and say, oh, I know that, now I'm on to the next. That is where that's like the spiritual bypassing, not going deep enough. So if you are naturally awakening to this stuff, go back and read it again. Now, one of the other reasons why this sits next to my bed is because it has a whole list in the back. The whole basically last third of the book is all common aches and pains and things that present in the body, and then mantras and thought patterns that can help you with healing it. Also from Louise Hay's perspective, talking about where the causes might be. Because again, we are not, especially with this deeper work, with the Thrive Squared work and kind of continuing, is we are not just of the physical world, right? This is what we talked about last night: spirit, space, the things that we can't see, the things that we can't wrap our heads around because they're so much bigger, broader, and more energetic than we're even capable at this point of understanding or knowing. And that's kind of what Louise Hay's work is about. And this is definitely a classic, and it will definitely be part of the text for Thrive Squared. But I just wanted to say to Barbara and those who are like just really paying attention, is that you have an opportunity now to keep adding and not digest and not integrate and not go back and not use it as journaling. Like, I love that Barbara's seeing all of this, and now I want there to be kind of, instead of just saying like, I'm working on something like, I think if I manage to love myself, I love this line, I think if I manage to love myself more, I think that would change a lot. And she says, I'm confident I will as I work on it. And I think that, what does work on it mean? That's all I'm saying is like, what does that really look like in your daily life? And from my perspective, it looks like actually journaling about it. So here, this is my morning journal. So you guys know, one of the ways that I built like consistency around it is I bought 5 of these. I love these journals. I love the long pages, and I like writing with them with my shark pen. So I bought, 4 or 5. I buy 4 or 5 of these at a time at Rite Aid. They're $2 because I go through them so quickly, because these are where like all the questions and this is where all my daily writing and journaling and reflections are going. When I find a text that I want to like keep going back through and think about what's happening in there and be able to go back and forth until I've kind of really integrated and embrace the principles that are in that text. So right now I'm doing that with the Master Key system. And it's really deep and really dense, and there's a lot that's happening with it, and it's connecting to a lot of other parts that I'm studying. I'm also doing it with a few of the Buddhist texts that I like, where I'm going back and trying to map out what it's looking like and what the back end is. I'm not saying you have to do that all the time, or that's not your path. That's just what lights me up and gives me energy. So anyway, you can heal your life. And thank you for bringing that up, Barbara. I really appreciate it. Okay, take care. Bye.